Little Blue Cow is a bedtime story for kids. Once upon a time, in a field full of green grass and dandelions lived a little blue cow. Her name was Betsy, and she was Unette like the other cows who gave milk, or the pigs that oinked and rolled around in the mud. Betsy didn't do any of that. Instead, she liked to moo at the clouds and daydream about far-away places. All the other animals thought this was very silly, but Betsy didn't mind. She was happy being a little different. One day, Betsy was munching on some grass and gazing up at the clouds when she saw something strange. It was a tiny little cloud shaped like a lamb. Betsy had never seen anything like it before, so she did the only logical thing she could think of. She mooed at it. "Hello," said Betsy. "I'm Betsy the cow. What's your name?" The little cloud looked at her for a moment, then replied in a tiny voice, "My name is Woolly. Thank you for rescuing me." "Rescuing you? How am I rescuing you?" asked Betsy. "Well, you just did. You see, I was stuck in that big dark cloud over there, and you called me out with your loud moo. Now I can finally be a little lamb cloud playing with my friends." And with that, Woolly floated off to join the other clouds. Betsy watched him go and suddenly felt a little sad. She hadn't meant to be rude, but she could unhelp thinking it was a bit selfish of Woolly to just float away like that without saying goodbye. Just then, one of the other cows ambled over. "What are you doing standing around here all by yourself, Betsy?" she asked. "Come on, let's go find some nice, juicy grass to eat." Betsy sighed. "I don't want to eat grass," she said. "I wish I could be a cloud." The other cows were confused. "Why would you want to be a cloud?" "You're a cow." "That's what we do. We eat grass and we give milk and we moo at the clouds." "I know, but I like the clouds," said Betsy. "I like watching them float around all day. It looks like so much fun." The other cows just shook their heads and went back to eating their grass. They didn't understand why Betsy wanted to be anything other than a cow, but Betsy didn't mind. She was used to being different. She spent the whole afternoon watching the clouds drift lazily across the sky, and as the sun began to set, she saw something that made her heart skip a beat. It was a huge, dark cloud, bigger than any she'd ever seen before. And inside it, she could have sworn she saw Woolly's little lamb cloud getting soaked by the rain. Without thinking, Betsy ran to the edge of the field and mooed as loud as she could. "Help! Someone! Please help!" she cried. But her cries were lost in the wind and the rain. Just when she started to feel afraid, she heard a familiar voice. "Don't worry, Betsy, I'm here," said Woolly. And with that, he was at her side, his little lamb cloud shielding her from the rain. "Thank you, Woolly," said Betsy. "I was scared you got lost in the big, dark cloud." "I did get lost," said Woolly, "but I found my way out, and I realized something." "What did you realize?" asked Betsy. "Well, it's true that being a cloud is fun, but it's also lonely. I like being a little lamb cloud, but I like having friends, too. And you, Betsy, are the best friend a cloud could ask for." Betsy blushed at the compliment, but before she could say anything, Woolly had drifted off to join the other clouds, leaving Betsy all alone again. But this time, she didn't feel lonely. She knew that even if she was different and the other cows didn't understand her, she still had a friend in Woolly, and that made her the happiest little blue cow in the whole wide world. The end.